Much more is 2016. Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump is with us. Sir, how are you?
Very good. Thank you, Sean.
You know, I know you're close to your family, but you really gave Ivanka a lot of credit in terms of pointing out to you the importance of this child care issue. Explain.
Well, it's true. During the time that I've been running, and especially lately since the polls have been so good and people are saying, wow, this could really happen, I've been just inundated with so many women and families that have asked me to do something having to do with child care. And I felt this for a long time, but I guess maybe we weren't quite in the same position we're in right now. And my daughter has felt so strongly, and she's been talking to me about it for a long period of time, long before the campaign started, let me tell you. She always felt it was unfair to moms and to families. And, you know, it's one of the biggest costs of a family. In many cases, it's the single biggest cost for a family. So we unveiled our plan, and I think it's something that really has been well received, as you've probably heard.
Yeah, and you're talking about current child care policies that, as you talk about, hold women back, and your plan is going to help with the cost, excluding the cost from taxes and allowing family choice, incentivizing employers. You said, yeah, it's one of the biggest issues, biggest costs. Is the government, in that sense, penalizing moms right now?
Oh, right now they are. I mean, right now moms don't know what to do. They're besides themselves. They can't do anything. And, you know, you mentioned the word incentive and you mentioned the word choice. We have sort of everything in there, and it's going to be a great thing. I think the moms and families, it's, you know, beyond anything, families are going to really see something very special here, Sean. And
yeah.
We've spent a lot of time on it. This is complex stuff. We spent a lot of time on it. But it's something where they're going to really be tremendous beneficiaries. And the children are going to be the big beneficiaries when you get right down to it. Well, but the families and the moms are very happy.
You know, a lot of times you have explained to me that you want to eliminate Obamacare and you want choice and you want competition.
Right.
And you like health savings accounts as part of your proposal.
I do.
And you're talking about child care savings accounts. So you're really talking about bringing in the free market here and incentivizing from a tax so it's not going to cost as much in terms of government money. Is that correct?
Well, that's true. And frankly, they can have some money left over when the child reaches a certain age. And, you know, they have money left over and they can use that for college. They can use it for what they have to use it for. And it's like an it's incredible what this does. And it's going to be great for our government. It's going to be great for families. It's going to be great for, I think, everybody. There's just no downside.
Let me talk about Hillary's health. And while we're talking about it, I'm going to play a slow motion of her from Sunday, where she's being walked to her vehicle, leaving early. You can see an aide is holding her. Then as she stumbles, a Secret Service agent, it looks like, grabs her other arm, and then she totally collapses. She admits that she has collapsed last night. She admitted a few times before. Her campaign is claiming that except for pneumonia, she's completely healthy. It took them a long time to get to the pneumonia excuse. Polls showed today that, in fact, you know, most voters actually doubt she's telling us the truth about it. DNC is planning to meet to consider Hillary's replacement. Cokie Roberts and Don Fowler, former DNC chair, said, hey, people are talking about maybe replacing her. What is your overall view of her health, the DNC, her as a candidate as it relates to her health?
I really have no view. I just hope she gets better and she can get back out. I have no view. I just don't want to get involved with it. I hope she's going to be fine and she'll continue onward. We're doing well, and you know, I enjoy the competition, and we have a big debate coming up in 2 weeks, as you probably have heard. A couple of people have heard about that one. It's going to be a biggie.
Yeah, I think we read about it somewhere.
She does too.
I think this is going to be bigger than any pay-per-view event.
You might have heard.
I might have heard. I'm just in the news business. What the hell do I know? I know. I want to hold up this for you. It was on our sister network, Fox Business. This is Hillary. Every X represents a day that she had off in August. I can't think of a day that you didn't even have a rally or a day that you actually took off. Maybe you did. But that's a lot of days. What do you know, you once said that Jeb Bush was low energy. With that schedule, she's making Jeb Bush look like the Energizer Bunny. What do you...
Well, I can only speak for myself. We are going from early in the morning till late in the evening. I get home sometimes at 1 o'clock in the morning. I get, you know, oftentimes you stay over in different locations. And I thought I would have Sunday off for the first off time in a long time, months. And I just found out we're doing a rally on Sunday, and I think it's going to be in Pennsylvania. I hope it's going to be in Pennsylvania because we're doing really well there. We have like a great opportunity, I think, in Pennsylvania. So we'll see what happens. But in any event, we're not having any time off. And you know, it's really a dart to the finish. We'll see what happens, but it's a dart to the finish, and the polls have gone up amazingly well. You see the kind of numbers that are coming out, and people are liking what we have to say, and I think we're going to be victorious. We'll see on the 8th, November 8th.
There's a lot of games still left to play, but it's going to go. You're right. You got 56 days left. I mean, we're in the end stretch here. Well, let me stay on the health issue for a second. You said you're going to take a complete physical and reveal that. Hillary last night was complaining you didn't reveal your taxes.
I've actually done that.
Yeah, and you're going to reveal more. Okay. But on the other hand, she's given all these speeches to all these Wall Street firms and insurance firms, and she won't release the text of those speeches. What do you think is most important for the public to have in terms of what should be revealed by candidates?
Well, I think her speeches are important, but I think her emails are much more important. 33,000 emails were deleted and acid washed, and the machines, the iPhones or whatever she was using, were whacked and, you know, destroyed with hammers. I would say there's something going on there. So I always put the 33,000 plus 15,000 more that they found. But all of these thousands and thousands of emails, definitely, that's number one by a factor of 20. And also, I think the speeches would be revealing. You know, I have given, as you probably have heard many times, and as you know, the FEC tremendous, about 100 pages worth of documents that spell out things very, very strongly as far as financials are concerned. Many, many companies, I guess close to 500 companies, tremendous liquidity, tremendous values in terms of just about any way you could look at it, cash flows. You know, it's a great company. I've built a great company. You learn much more from that than you learn from believe me, than you learn from a tax return. You really learn very little from a tax return. Now, I'm being audited. It's a routine audit. I've been audited every year, I think, for 15 or 16 years, which I think is unfair because I have friends that are very rich and they don't get audited. I get audited every year. But I have a routine audit going, and when that's completed, I'll release. But until that time, I'm not going to do that. I'd be foolish to do that.
It seems that there's a strategy that has emerged by the Clintons. I mean, if 55% of the individuals she met as Secretary of State, when that AP article came out, immediately the ad came out claiming you were a member of the Klan, et cetera, even saying "Make America Great."
Can you imagine that one?
Yeah, okay. And then even making America great.
Can you imagine that one? Yeah.
Bill Clinton is saying
this
thing. It seems that every time she gets in trouble, and this is where the whole basket of deplorables comments come in. I wanted to get you to talk about that. You brought your supporters on stage yesterday to say, "Excuse me, you're calling us deplorable?" Why do you think she's doing this?
When she said basket of deplorables, you couldn't even believe it. I'll tell you what. I heard the whole thing, and I said, I don't believe it. And then I said, run it back. Let me hear it. I thought it was so terrible a statement to make. And I called up some people. I said, did she really say that? And is it as bad as I think? And they said, no, Mr. Trump, it's worse. And they really, all of a sudden, the Twitter sphere went crazy, as you know, and you went crazy, and everybody on television went wild.
Thanks a lot.
Even people that are,
I love being told I'm crazy,
but even
I did. I think.
Listen, well, I meant crazy in the sense, obviously, but. No, I understand that. And a lot of people are in that basket, and a lot of people are in that basket, and it's very unfair. It's a horrible characterization, and even people that support her say, wow, what a mistake. And you know, that was her 47% moment. I think it was far worse. I mean, frankly, I think this was far worse. And let's see what happens. But there are a lot of very angry people. We have people right now that I'm going to be seeing in a little while, a roundtable, and they're very upset. I mean, people are really upset that she would feel that way because, you know, that's really her true feeling. You understand? That's her true feeling.
She revealed it. And this is my question. The follow-up to that is she said they're irredeemable, percentage of them, but she also said this is racism and sexism and homophobia and Islamophobia and xenophobia. And I'm thinking, no, wait a minute. isn't this the same Hillary Clinton that took money from the UAE and Oman and Kuwait and the Saudis? The Saudis, for example, treat women horribly. They put gays and lesbians to death. They persecute Christians and Jews. She took tens of millions of dollars between the library and the foundation. She's never criticized them. And the very thing that she is accusing you of, I would argue she's guilty of. Do you agree with that?
Well, I think that her statement really speaks for itself. There is no justification. She tried to apologize, and the apology wasn't a very good one. It probably got her into more trouble. It's been a really bad statement. I think probably the worst in the political season of anybody, and that includes a lot of different people that tried to run for office and started to run for office. It was a bad statement.
And when we come back, we'll have more with Donald Trump, and also later tonight.
It is